What makes this shot more difficult than this shot? One obvious answer to this question is that the longer distance magnifies any small errors in your stroke and therefore calls for more accuracy. But something else that I struggle with on these is even seeing the angle. I aim completely by feel. No aiming systems, no ghost ball, just a feeling like I'm locked in, and I think most players know what I mean by that. But sometimes on full table shots, especially when close to the rail, I know the general aiming point, but no matter what I do, I just never seem to get that locked in feeling. Not because of a bad stroke, but because I'm just not able to lock in. Well, I've been playing around with this new system for what I'll call these no feel shots whenever they come up, and I've had a lot of success with it. So I wanted to share it here and get some feedback, see if you guys find it useful, as it's helped me out a ton over the past couple weeks since I started using it. It removes any doubt about my aim, and all I have to focus on is a controlled, smooth, and accurate stroke. And don't forget to check out the World of Pool and Billiards app to support the channel. It has drills, tools, lessons, everything that you need if you're truly serious about improving your game. Link is in the description. So let's go back to our original shot. For me, on this short distance shot, I pretty much get locked in on the shot line as soon as I get behind it. I just know that this is where I need to aim. And I could shoot this shot all day, and the only reason I would ever miss it is just a bad stroke or laziness in my pre-shot routine. Now, add the full length of the table, and only being able to see the top of the cue ball, and the feeling for my aim just isn't nearly as sharp. The shot line becomes a little more ambiguous, and now on top of needing a more precise stroke, I'm not even sure I'm aiming right. But what if I could turn this long distance shot from close to the rail into the shorter distance version where I know exactly where to aim? And that's basically what I'm trying to do with this system. So let's imagine that there's an imaginary cue ball somewhere on the shot line between the actual cue ball and my kind of hazy aiming point that I'm not really sure about. Then from this new cue ball, I can get a much sharper aiming point that I can use for the full distance shot. Let me show you what that means on the table real quick. What is the difference between this shot, aiming this shot, and aiming this shot when the cue ball's here? Well, really, it's the same shot line, right? So what I've been doing is when I get a really long distance shot like this, and maybe I get down and I just don't feel like I'm aiming it right, I can't get the right thing, what I'll do is I'll get my cue, I'll kind of put it like this. And this is legal by the WPA rules. Now you're not allowed to leave a chalk mark, so maybe just kind of de-chalk your cue right real quick, like on the bottom whenever you're doing this, so you don't leave a chalk mark on the table. But now I can use the tip of my cue and kind of imagine a cue ball there, right? And so I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, I aim right there. I instantly get locked in. I don't even need to have an actual cue ball there. I'm just using this point as what would be my potential center of the cue ball here. And so if I get locked in on this shot right here, right, I know this is right. And then I look down and actually I'm a little off center. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slightly adjust the tip of my cue, and I'm gonna slightly adjust this. And now I'm gonna check, okay, now that's pretty good. I know I'm gonna make that shot. And what you can do is you can come straight back, keep that point of aim, get down, and now you still have to have a good stroke, but you shoot it, and you make the shot. I'm telling you, this has been this has been huge for my game, guys. I used to really struggle with these. I'll set up another one, not the same shot. I'm telling you, I used to struggle with aiming these really long shots when I'm on the rail. Let's just put a ball here, just mess around. You know, I'm really far away. That's kind of hard to, hard to get a feel for. Like there's a big distance, but if I put my tip here, I imagine the cue ball, right? Kind of say, oh, I'll just aim right there. And, oh, well, the back of my cue isn't centered, so that's not the shot line. So I can slightly adjust. Now it looks like everything's pretty well centered. Now I'm going to keep that point, stay on the shot line with my center of vision. Now I'm actually behind the shot, and I've got this really sharp aim point. And I'm going to get down, I'm gonna shoot, make the ball. I would miss that ball quite a bit before I started doing this. Now that I've got this system, dude, game changing. I was wondering if I should even share it, honestly, but I think it's a lot of value. I hope you guys get some value out of this system. Let me know in the comments. Try it out. Does it work for you? I think if you use the ghost ball system, something like that, maybe you've already got like a really set, like, oh, this is exactly where I need to aim. I think the majority of players out there, though, like me, they're just aiming by feel. Maybe you don't have that feel on those really long shots. And if that's happening to you, just try this. I mean, it works. Give it a try. It works for me, at least. Let me know. And if I get a lot of positive feedback, I'm almost certainly going to add it to my lesson on how to aim on the World of Pro Billiards app, which, by the way, if you guys want to help support me and the channel, I'm looking to take this full time within the next couple months. Consider downloading the app. Consider getting the subscription. I know it costs a little bit, but every little bit helps and gets me closer to where I can make content full time and also try to play professionally.